I grew up going to thrift stores with my mother and I hated it. But my friend Felicia talked me into going to a thrift store again for the first time in years to look at vintage furs. I'm a good shopper, regardless of whether it's online, in store, at a thrift store, so I wanted to show you what I bought. So one of the things I found was a St. John knit. Now this is super cute and it's definitely something I've been looking for. If you know anything about St. John knits, they're really super expensive. This one is on sale for $800. I'm a luxury shopper, but when it comes to thrift stores, I'm not looking for designer labels. I'm looking for things that are very expensive in regular stores, like cashmere, wool, silk, fur, leather, what have you. I also ended up getting this vintage men's wool blazer. Now, I feel like most blazers nowadays are like a mix, so it was really cool that this is all wool. You don't see this 100% wool very often anymore. And if you do, it's super expensive. Next up, I went to the sweater section. Now, I've worked as a stylist, I've also worked in retail, and I can tell high quality items just by the touch, and sometimes by the look. I feel like most of the sweaters currently in store are very cheaply made for the price. So in the thrift store, I was looking for cashmere sweaters and 100% wool and cotton. So I ended up spending just like $2 for this gray cashmere sweater, just a nice basic. It's actually a turtleneck. Then I saw this sweater that reminds me of something I've recently seen at Kate. This is the Kate sweater and the inspiration for what I picked. It doesn't have a tag, but it definitely feels like a high quality wool. I live in Chicago and I'm always losing hats, scarves, so I ended up buying a few for like $5. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I bought 2 furs. Now, I definitely could have bought brand new furs or had a brand new fur made, but I really wanted to be a little bit more sustainable because there are so many furs. I feel like everybody's grandma had furs back in the 80s, so I'm just reaping the benefits. This coat was owned by a woman named Diane Parker, and I'm loving Miss Diane Parker's coat. I also bought a pair of vintage Lee jeans because I love 100% cotton jeans. They're high-waisted and this color was super unique to me. Lastly, I went to the home goods section. Now in home goods, I'm always looking for things like crystal, bone china, silver, what have you. I bought this lead crystal candy vase for my mom because this is definitely her style. I bought 4 of these crystal glasses for myself and I broke 2 on the way home. I also got this little goblet that I'm probably gonna give to my mother. I'm sure you're asking, how do I know this is real crystal? Number one, crystal is just so much heavier than glass, but if you thump it, it just sounds completely different. Let me know if you want me to make a video about how I can tell the difference. So I ended up buying 15 items and spending $382.51. You might not be able to read this, but I bought 2 coats that were $160 a piece. So $320 of that was coats. I also went on half price day, so everything else was a steal. If I wouldn't have bought the coats, I don't think I would have spent over $100. This was a good shopping trip and it's reignited my love of shopping and thrift. Let me know if you want to see more of my shopping excursions.